never too much to be.
What's happening?
Though it feels like sometimes it's crushing me.
Welcome to the pod.
I'm feeling in touch with me. Even when it's dark out and it's so hard to see. I don't wanna waste your time. All I got is this one life. But I'll give you all of mine, and you can give me all.
It's called Be the One.
Automatic. Cause I'm feeling for your love like an addict.
Yeah, boy.
What I say is not enough. All that matters is what I know and what I've done. Would be tragic if I never be the one. I don't wanna waste your time. All I got is this one life, but I'll give you all of mine.
Now see, we got a new verse on this. It's a remix. It's a new mix. It's easy right here.
I know your favorite questions, why? But
That's
you
not
know
me.
that I would never.
Y'all ain't never know that man was singing like that,
So
huh?
when I say I love you, no, I mean I love
Hey, this ain't the final one either, 'cause we got all them backgrounds all that. So when they really hear it,
but you can't deny you feeling fine. Or like the tide deep down inside. So you know I wanna waste your time. All I got is this one life, but I give you all of mine, and you can give me all your mind.
what it is,
Automatic.
new music,
Cause I'm feeling for your love
like an addict.
like an addict. And what I say is not enough.
All that matters
All that matters
is what I know.
is what I know and what
It would be tragic
would be tragic
if I never be the one.
if I never be the one. Automatic, yeah. Cause I'm feeling for your love like an addict. And what I say is not enough.
New music.
All that matters is what I know and what I've done.
Y'all
Oh,
be
that's the
sweating.
whole track too.
Hey, man.
If I never be the one. Automatic.
Bro, I woke up this morning and we fell asleep on the sofa. So she was on one sofa, I was on another sofa, and I just woke up. So I be sitting straight up sometimes. I'm on my little shoulder here and stuff. But I was sitting straight up, bro. So I'm sitting there, and I don't know if she can be my witness. I don't know if I had a dream or if it was. I can't. You can't really recall if you had a dream or not.
Yeah.
You know something happened, but you don't really know like what it was. I just know that at some point in the conversation, in the dream, I don't know who I was talking to or whether it was a dream or not. Somewhere in the conversation, it was like somebody was getting water, and she always tells me that I need to drink more water, which is true. I need to drink more water. That's why I be sniffing. I just need more water. Everybody needs more water. We're made of water, but somewhere in the dream, I don't know if somebody was telling me that or if I was saying that to her or it might have been the conversation. But I said, you catch the phrase, you ready? And it's such a crazy phrase, but I said, wine into water is great too. Didn't I say it just like that?
Yeah, turning wine into water is just as great.
Turning wine into water is just as great. Now, I remember saying it. I remember hearing it, and I wanted to say it out loud. So I didn't want to say it out loud in the dream. I wanted to say it out loud in actual real life to make sure that I said it so I didn't forget it. I didn't get up and type it on my phone like sometimes I normally do, but I wanted to say it, but I know I waited, and I was struggling. Was somebody out there?
Somebody just passed by and said that.
Oh, it's kids, you know. So
The door.
So I wanted to say it out loud, right? And so it was a little while before I did it, and I was back and forth asleep, and then I finally said it. And when I said she was up already, and I said, turning water into wine is just as great. You know what I'm saying? And I didn't really know what I was saying, and she was like, "What?" I was like, "Yeah, turning water into wine," but I went right back to sleep. So I was out of, one of them things. Like I don't.
He was snoring in the next 5 seconds.
Next 5 seconds, I was out the hug. So.
I was like, hey, hold on.
But I'm glad that I said it. When I woke up, I did remember it, but I didn't remember exactly how I said it. She did, but I realized what it was, and so as I'm going through my head, I realized something. Now we know the story. It's in John chapter 2.
Yeah.
Big deal.
Yeah.
One of the best miracles. It was actually, they say, Jesus' first miracle.
Right.
Right. to set the tone for anybody that's watching, may not know the story, Jesus and his homies were the disciples. Okay, let me get holy. The disciples and the homies are walking, and they were invited to a wedding. So he's not going on a mission to go preach nobody. He's not going to go heal nobody. He's going to a wedding. They invited to the wedding. He headed to the reception. So he probably skipped the ceremony when they headed to the reception, like any real
right.
would do. Okay, so anyway, so he's at the reception and he's chilling, cooling, and his mama pull up and say, yo, they ran out of wine. And I can imagine him. He say, like, what they got to do with me? Like, my time ain't yet, whatever. But then he goes on to start giving instructions to tell him. And if you watch some of the other podcasts before, you heard the story. He went and tell him fill up water pots. You know, and they took the holy water, by the way, the holy water pots that the priest used to wash their hands with. Fill up with water and come back and serve it. The water was wine. Great story, great miracle. Everybody's excited. I have my takes on it. You got to go back and listen to some of the other pods to really have my take on that for me to really break it down. But when I heard this morning, I was like, wait. And the statement is, turning wine into water is just as great. And I was like, I never thought about turning wine into water. I don't even know what that comes from. But then I started realizing what it was saying to me. And a lot of times, it made me break down the story again, right? It made me break it down again and really think about it. Now, first thing I thought about was water is better for us than wine.
Yeah.
I mean,
right.
I mean, the necessity, the thing, we're made mostly of water.
Right.
Water is the life source, is a natural thing. You know, wine has to take some processing and some things you got to do for it, let it ferment and all that stuff. But for the most part, water is better for you than wine. It's not one of those conversations where you can't be drinking wine and all that. That's not that. That's not what this is. But water is automatically better for you than wine. So I thought about it. Turning wine into water is just as great. Like having water is just as great as if you're trying to get wine, right? It really hit me and started reversing my mind on the things. Watch what I'm about to say. It reversed my mind on the things that we want versus the things that we need. Catch me. The things that we want versus the things that are better for us. Now, I know there's conversations about wine. They say a glass of wine is good for your heart, and some people say it's different things, and they got different stuff they say.
They really say that?
They really do say that.
Oh,
I'm not knocking any of that.
I ain't never heard it.
This is not a health conversation, but I do know water is better for you than wine.
Right.
Hands down. You need more water than you need wine, right? And that statement stuck with me because it took me back into the story. And I heard this. You ready for this? When she comes, she says, it says, and can I read it? Can I read it right quick?
Oh yeah.
It says, I think the phrasing is important. It's in John chapter 2, if anybody wants to look at it. Don't turn your Bible to there, just if you want to look at it. But in verse 3, right? And the third day there was a marriage in Cana of Galilee, and the mother of Jesus was there, and both Jesus called disciples in marriage. And when they wanted wine, the mother of Jesus said to him, they have no wine. And Jesus said unto her, woman, what do I have to do with thee? My hour is not yet come. And his mother said unto the servant, whatever he said to you, do it, right? And it got to the wanted wine, right? Mm-hmm. I said they wanted wine. And then I realized something, that our wants, right, will cause Jesus to do something miraculous to meet our wants, even though it's not the thing that we need. Ain't that something?
Right.
He only does this because they want it. And it starts, and I got other stories that I'm going to put this with in a second, but it started to make me think, him turn around and say, like, what I got to do with thee? Like, what I got to do with you? What this got to do with me? Right? My time not yet. I think it's almost an energy and an attitude that's saying, you want me to work something up and work a miracle for something that y'all want? Like y'all ran out of wine. Can I get more context? If they ain't got no more wine and they ran out of wine, them boys was probably slap drunk up in that thing. That
right.
party was probably Liddy 2000. You know what I'm saying? Like them party probably just through the roof because y'all done drunk all the wine. Like y'all drunk all the wine. Like it's all gone. So I know they slizzard. I know they leaning up in that thing, right? I just know they are because you gotta be drunk.
Yeah.
And they want more. They want more wine. And so watch this. I saw him having, when I said it, and then this phrase that came to my mind, I wasn't even talking about that. I wouldn't even if we were talking about I need to drink more water, why would I say, oh, and turning wine into water is just as great? Like, why would I say that? Under what context, in what conversation would I say that? I knew it had to be God showing me something. And even while we're talking on this Red 30, I don't know if I know the full deal of it. And somebody else might be listening too. So this is what it's about. It's always about the search.
Right.
He said, seek ye first. It's the search, right? So here we go. So now I'm back in the store. And I thought I knew the story, but I'm back in the store, and I realized because they wanted wine, Jesus gives instructions on what to do to make wine. But more wine might not have been the thing that they needed, right? Because water is better for you than wine.
Right.
If y'all drunk all the wine, it's probably time for y'all to sober up. And I see society sometimes. I can find ourselves. I can find myself. I can find you. Mm-hmm. Most of what we do, and people don't want to tell the truth a lot of times, most of what we do is because of what we want.
Yep.
And the Lord is my shepherd, I shall not want. But most of what we do is what we want. And so we become intoxicated with our wants. And we'll get what we want. This proves to me that we'll get what we want. Are you hearing me? Mm-hmm. We'll get what we want. Use it all up and then want more. Because wants, wants is an unending satisfaction. It's like a bottomless pit. It's always pulling and asking for more and for more and for more. And here's the trick. Want always has you asking for more, never letting you know what you have. You see, do you see it, EJ? Do you see the trick? It's crazy that the idea of want, and in a normal conversation, people will tell me, well, you can have what you want, or you can have desires and goals, but it's like at the end of the day, and I don't even have to go to Matthew 6:9 because we talk about it so much. He already knows what you have need of. He didn't say he know what you want. He knew what you wanted already, but he knows what you have need of before you ask him. It's like, because you wanted this, I'm gonna go ahead and make this done. Now you say, well, Jesus did it, then he did the miracle. He did it for him. Yeah, God also gave the children of Israel a king.
Right.
When they said that they wanted a king.
Yep.
He said, you don't need a king. You should keep listening to the prophet. No, we want a king. He says, you don't need a king. You need to, no, we want a king. And then what he does is he gives them what they want. And I'm starting to realize that sometimes our wants, sometimes, you ready for this? Sometimes our wants disqualify us from God's will.
Right.
It's almost like a test, right? It's almost like a test. Oh, you want what you want? Okay, cool. Because I love you, I'm going to give you what you want, but you could have had this.
Right.
I wanted to use you this way, right? And change the world this way and put you at this level that's a magnitude that can't nobody touch, and only you can say that God put you there. Mm-hmm. But because you wanted something else, then this is what you got. Most of your wants come from what you saw. Most of your wants, what you saying? Most of your wants come from what's planted in your head. Most of your wants come from what somebody told you should want. And now you're taking your wants and you're going to God, you're going to Jesus and say, perform a miracle.
Right.
And sometimes you don't even know what you want. You know what I'm saying? Like you think you do, but you have no idea what's wanted from you. So it's you get it. So now I'm looking at the story and I see Jesus follow through, and I always know the context of the story. That is really, a lot of the miracles that we saw Jesus do, and this one we get super spiritual and everything, but they were humanitarian. Mm-hmm. Seek and save that which is lost. You know what I'm saying? Heal the brokenhearted, recovering the sight to the blind. Luke 4:18, right? Like Spirit of the Lord upon me, heal the brokenhearted, cover the sight to the blind, to set at liberty them that are bruised. You know what I'm saying? Like we see it in those categories. So we see blind eyes get open. We see dead people being raised from the dead. You know what I'm saying? We see lame people getting up and walk. We see demons cast out. But in this particular situation, this seems to be leisure.
Right.
You get it? It seems to be, they used to call it extracurricular. Mm-hmm. In school they used to call it, the art or the art class or all this stuff was extracurricular because it wasn't the actual main curriculum, which is like your math, your science,
Right,
your literature. You know what I'm saying? Your history. Those were the basic class, and everything else would be extracurricular. This seems like an extracurricular conversation, an extracurricular miracle, because nobody was dying. You know what I'm saying? It was quote unquote lack, but it really wasn't lack. Y'all just were done. Y'all were finished, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like, y'all finished drinking. It was over with.
You know what I'm thinking too? So they asked for a king, they got a king. We know the story of that. You know how that went.
We know how it went.
And there was holy pots that Jesus told him to go get. So in my head,
hey, watch your shirt, girls rubbing on that mic.
I thought that was the win or something.
No, that's her rubbing on the mic.
Well, I'm thinking. So in my head, all right, you go get these holy pots, right? And it's this thing about this is holy pots.
Holy pots.
Y'all wanted wine so bad. Jesus, all right, cool. Take the holy pots, go down there. That's the holy pots.
Yeah, right.
So the consequences after that.
Good EJ.
You got there's consequences after that. There's consequences after that. Now your wants.
Are you telling me? Hold on. Are you telling me this? This is good, EJ. What you saying? Are you telling me that Jesus was making an example that you're taking what's holy and retrieving your wants with it? Hold on. You wanted wine so bad, right? I wonder, and I have different takes on it, because my first take was like, man, he's trying to,
right.
show him what was up. But then I started thinking, why nobody turned around and said, but that's the holy pots, that's the holy water pots, right? And I don't know if anybody gonna turn around and tell Jesus that. It may have been a test, right? But you're gonna take. They say there's the pots that the priests use and the holy people use to wash their hands. Boy, EJ, are you ready for this? So you're gonna take what this is not a word. I don't even know how to say it. What holiizes you,
Right.
What holies you? I don't know what the verb for holying somebody would be, right? Being holy, and I say makes you holy. But you would take what holies you and cleans you and cleans your hands, and you take it to go put other water in it, right? To fulfill your wants.
Yep.
And to be impressive to the person that's running the reception. He says at the end, he says, usually everybody say their worst wine for last, but you brought the best out last. You know what I'm saying? And everybody clapped and we left, and it was like, woohoo. See, this is why I love the red words. Everybody watching this, you always study the red words. This is why I keep going in them. Because it's yet unfolding. It keeps unfolding. This is why, everybody's like, ooh, and look at the miracle. Jesus did it, woo, 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 woo. But you got to catch the context. Now I have a whole new context for this story.
Right.
Because I realized, and thank you for saying what you just said, because I didn't even see it, that you take what's holy, EJ, the whole, EJ, this whole story is a story about us.
Right.
You ready for this? My body is a temple.
Yep.
I'm a vessel. God breathed in the man, and man became a living soul. You ready for this? I'm taking what's holy and filling it up with something else so that I can pour out what I want. If that ain't powerful, I don't know what is. I'm taking what's holy.
Right.
I'm filling it up with something else, right? So I can pour out and produce what I want. Now, I just had a chance to do everything that I wanted, right? And I used to, at one time I thought, when they wanted wine, so I thought when they wanted, I thought they was the disciples and Jesus. Till I realized Jesus ain't got no wants. You get me?
Oh, yeah.
So now, when whoever wanted something, Jesus turns around and like, yo, like what I got to do? Like what I got to do? And he says, what I got to do with you?
Right.
But it's what this got to do with me?
Right.
Let's flip that around. What this got to do with me? What you saying got to do with who I am? Who I am is not for what you want. Oh, who I am is not for what you want. Oh, dope statement. Who I am is not just for what you want. You get it? But what do most use Jesus for?
Yep.
What they want.
Yep.
You get it? And now you've taken something that puts you in a place above your wants.
Yep.
And you've taken it and you've used it for something else. You filled it with another kind of water. You filled it with something else, right? Now watch this. You ready for this? So this is what I understand now. That turning wine into water is just as great, right? Mm-hmm. Because these pots were already being used. They may have been filled already
Right.
with the holy water. But now you got to empty them out. I don't know if it says that. It didn't say they were empty, right? But you got to empty them out, right? To go fill them up with some other water, right?
Yep.
And then come back and it's wine. And it turns into exactly what y'all wanted. And we say, woo, it's a miracle. But now I see it's a test.
Yeah.
Now I see Jesus, what they call Jesus' first miracle is Jesus' first test. You ready for this? Boy, this is powerful, boy. In John chapter 2, which was supposed to be his first miracle, it was actually his first test. He was testing out the waters of mankind.
Yep.
You know, sometimes you have to, when you're planting in a field, when you're planting a new field, sometimes people just think it's just dirt. And a lot of times it is. But what they do is sometimes people will come out and test the soil.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Because they'll test the soil to see what do we need to, nurture it a little bit for another season, or do we need to put something in it? Is it missing anything?
Right.
We need to test the soil before we just start trying to grow stuff in it.
Right.
Because sometimes the soil can be contaminated. Sometimes the soil cannot have enough nutrients. Sometimes the soil can have chemicals in it.
That's why they burn that top layer off.
So you burn the top layer to test the soil. You have to test it to find out what it's got in it first before you know what it can produce.
Right.
And I know, just like Jesus is tempted, right after he get baptized, Jesus is also testing the soil. We the soil. I don't know if people don't know that we the dirt, we the soil. Mm-hmm. He's testing the soil to see what it can produce. What level are you at right now? When you do this test, like your test, you do an aptitude test. Or sometimes like Nakia does it when she's hiring people, she'll do a graphics test.
Yeah.
I do some kind of creative test to see, so I can gauge what level you are in performance. You about to say something? Well, gauge what level are you in performance. When I can gauge what level you are in performance, then I know, okay, this how much attention I need to give you. Or this how much responsibility I need to give you.
Yeah.
This what you can do, this what you can't do. This, I see the potential for you being able to do this, but you're not quite there yet. So I know if I give you this much.
Oh, I was about to talk about.
That's how you mean.
No, I was gonna let you finish your statement though. But like his mom, it really shows her true colors because she knew what he could do.
She knew what he can do.
So she used this opportunity for her own personal benefit.
And
when you said this seemed like an extracurricular type of
that's good,
miracle, it's because he didn't come to do this.
He didn't come to do this.
She pulled him out to do it because it's something she wanted. It wasn't to help nobody.
Wow.
With anything.
And the way he answered it, I can tell he was a little upset because she exposed him. He wasn't even trying to. It wasn't my time yet.
Oh.
I wasn't even trying to be introduced like this.
Right.
Now, I don't want my introduction to be making wine for y'all because y'all want it.
Right.
She got something she wanted, but this is probably why he takes care of his mom, but she can't come with him.
Yeah.
And she is what she is. Like at that moment, that was really a test for her too.
It was a test for her too.
Because she knew his power.
She knew his power. And later on he says, "Who's my mother, my brother?"
Yeah.
But then they do the
Will of the Father.
will of my Father. That's good. And sometimes we can use, right? You ready for this? I'm gonna say it like you said it. We can use the power of the Son of God for our advantage. Now, what I know is, for God, this is just aptitude. It's just showing, okay, cool. I see that I can't use them the way that I thought I could use them.
Yeah.
You get it? That John 2, I never heard this like this before in my life. I'm glad God woke me up with that statement. because now I realize that Jesus was testing the waters to seeing, oh, okay, I see what mankind is. Oh, I see what y'all do. Oh, I see how y'all roll. You know, it's cool y'all get married and stuff, but I see how y'all roll. You are consistent and insatiable takers. And even when your desire is full, you want more. So fulfilling your desires is never going to fix the problem.
Yep.
You get it? Fulfilling your desires and your wants are never going to fix it. I'm teaching myself something right now because we think if we do miracles, people will start coming to Christ. And if we do this, no, it's not. They're just going to want another miracle. They're going to want you to heal some more people.
Yep.
And Jesus knew this. You get it? Just in John chapter 2, this man came in there and they didn't even know what happened. Right now, EJ, we probably the only people that said something like this. I've never heard this before in my life. I've never heard nobody preach about it, never heard nobody teach about it, never heard nobody, but it makes so much sense. And here's how I know. I know Jesus will use things to test you because look what he did with the rich young ruler.
Yeah.
He come running, asked him if he did all the things. Yeah, we deserve to come in. He said, all right, cool. One thing you're lacking. Go sell what you have, give it to the poor, take it to the cross and follow me with. He's testing them. He's testing them. And he went away sad because he had great possessions. Could it be that Jesus was testing these people?
Right.
He was testing them, and everybody went through what they wanted. And then he was like, oh, okay, I see how we rock. I see what y'all, I see, first of all, I see how y'all are, and I see how y'all will use. See, I know the power that I got.
Yeah.
We were talking about this yesterday. You got to watch where you put, when you're wearing the blessing, you got to watch where you step.
Right.
Because sometimes you can bless things that God don't want to bless.
Right.
You see it? Oh, I know what I got. I know who I am. I know what's possible, but I see how you will use me.
Ooh, come on, mama.
I see how you will use me.
When you know who I am.
When you know who I am. And you knew. And you got the message.
She was the only person who knew.
She got the message.
Right.
I see how you would expose me when you want something.
If there were any Christians in the building, it was his mama.
There were any Christians in the building. Look, I see how you'll use me.
Right.
I see how you expose me when you want what you want.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
John 2:5 is totally different. John chapter 2 is totally different for me now.
Right.
Jesus, he that dude. These red words. Listen, hey, yo.
Why it makes so much sense? Because he just comes from being tempted.
He just
literally came from being tempted and went straight to it to tempt these people.
boy. Hey, listen.
It's never too much to be, even though it feels like sometimes
we're gonna go out with this one.
Got to.
I'm feeling in touch with me, even when it's dark out and it's so hard to see. I don't wanna waste your time. All I got is this one life, but I'll give you all of mine, and you can give me all your mind. Automatic, 'cause I'm fiending for your love, like an addict. And what I say is not enough. All that matters is what I know and what I've done. Would be tragic if I never be the one. I don't wanna waste your time. All I got is this one life, but I'll give you all of mine. You can give me all your mind. Automatic. I know your favorite question's why, but you know that I will never lie to you. So when I say I love you, no, I mean I love you. You can't imagine what I feel for you, but you can't deny you feel the vibe, or like the tide deep down inside. So you know I wanna waste your time. All I got is this one life, but I give you all of mine, and you can give me all your mind. Automatic.
Yeah.
'Cause I'm fiending.
Hey, listen. New music. Be the one. Go check it out. Just search Donovan Montreal. Like, hello, my name is EJ, and you better hear this song. If you're smart, you might want to buy it and download it, cause
Get smart.
cause we got some things going on.
Automatic, 'cause I'm fiending for your love, like an addict. And what I say is not enough. All that matters is It's what I know and what I've done. Would be tragic if I never be the one. Automatic.
Automatic.